नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the participants of International Vegetarian Union, Asian Vegetarian Union and Malaysian Vegetarian Society gathered in Putra World Trade Center, Kuala Lumpur. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. And I welcome all the important personalities gathered in the conference, Chairman of the International Vegetarian Union, Marley Winkler, President of Asian Vegetarian Union, Professor Boli, Chairman of Malaysian Vegetarian Society, Dr. P. Vaidyalingam, Secretary of Malaysian Vegetarian Society, Mr. Krishna, Treasurer of Malaysian Vegetarian Society, Mr. Rajkumar, Master Limbun Tiom from Federation of Icon Tavo Association Malaysia, Datto Vaidyalingam, social activist, and all other delegates from all over the world, and our devotees, disciples who are sitting with us for the Nithyananda Satsang. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Happy to be with you all on 41st International Vegetarian Union World Veg Fest and 6th Asian Vegetarian Congress at Kuala Lumpur, celebrating 108th year of the Vegetarian Union. I'll try to present few facts and truths in front of you. Today's subject is awakening the potential bioenergy, your Kundalini energy. In Sanskrit we have the word Kundalini. The equivalent English word can be awakening the inner potential energy, potential bioenergy. Through the diet, awakening your potential energy. We need to look into few truths. Please understand, I am not going to speak about all the benefits of vegetarian lifestyle because all of you know enough, and I can give tons and tons of material. The solid researches done by great universities, published in many medical journals. But now I am going to address a very important need for the human beings for their physical, psychological, social fulfillment. Awakening their potential energy, the inner potential energy, potential bioenergy. When this energy is awakened, the possibilities open up for you, and how this can be awakened through the vegetarian diet, sattvic diet. All of us know the health benefits of vegetarian food. I am not going to get into that now. I am really going to look into what is inner potential energy, bio energy. The first important fact I wanted to present to all of you, you have more possibility than you are. This is the beginning of life. This truth, you have more possibility than you are, is the beginning of life in any philosophy, any way of living, any way of thinking, any way of living, any system of thinking, or any religious thinking tradition. You have more possibility than what you are now. That more possibility is what we call bioenergy, inner potential energy. In Sanskrit, we have the word Kundalini. You can see in your own life when your power of feeling, your power of emotions expressed along with your power of words and power of thinking, the energy you express will be totally different. I'll give you this example. When you utter some words, if your feeling is not associated with it, you know very clearly what kind of impact you create through that word inside you and outside you. Even while you are thinking, if your feeling is not associated with it, what kind of impact the thinking does inside you and outside you. Feeling infuses energy into your thinking and words. There is something in you infuses energy into your feeling. That is what we call Kundalini, bioenergy, biomemory, inner potential energy. All these different words are used, but it explains, expresses this one concept. The power which resides in you and gives power to your feeling. All of you can understand how your power gives life to you. You all know if your feeling is associated with certain word, how that word becomes alive for you. If your feeling is associated with your thinking, how that thinking becomes alive for you. But unfortunately, we do not know how our feeling gets empowered. The energy which empowers your feeling is inner potential energy, the bioenergy. Now, I wanted you to understand how the various diets impact that inner potential energy. First truth I wanted to present in front of all of you, you become what you eat. Anything you eat, that becomes you. One part of what you eat becomes your bone, muscle, flesh, blood. One part of what you eat becomes your words. One part of what you eat becomes your thinking. One part of what you eat becomes your feeling. One part of what you eat becomes your being. So the first truth I presented is about what is inner potential energy, Kundalini Shakti. What is bioenergy or biomemory? Second truth I am presenting in front of all of you. A very important truth. You become what you eat. Now, with these two understanding, look at your life. What you are eating, how it is impacting your thinking, feeling, words, and finally actions. Last but not the least, you need to understand there is no such thing as inanimate in the universe, whether it is human being or a stone in the street. The variation is only degree of life, not the existence of life. Please understand. The variation is only the degree of life, not the existence of life. Whether it is a human body or the stone in the street, only the degree of life. So, we need to understand when we kill an animal for our food and consume that as a food, what all the effects happening to our inner potential energy. And if we eat vegetarian sattvic diet, the word sattvic means pure. I'll define that word later. If we eat the pure diet, what happens to our inner potential energy? First, I'll try to explain the power, how the non-vegetarian food, the body of any animal, what happens when it was killed, and what happens when you eat that flesh. Please listen. Our flesh has a capacity to store the memory. All our memories are stored, recorded in our flesh. You can call it as different names. You can call it as a muscle, bone marrow, bone. Different names you can give. But it is stored in our body. In that you can give a deeper inner names: brain, heart, liver, kidney, different names of the organs. But the ultimate truth I wanted to present all of you, memories get stored in our flesh, in our body. That is why certain memories, when they are rekindled in you, certain organs in your body gets immediately affected. I can give the example. If you become upset, start feeling depressed, immediately your stomach will be attacked. You will have stomach upset because the depression attacks the navel center. In Sanskrit we have a word, Manipuraga chakra, the energy center situated in the navel. So each emotion, each memory heals or kills, makes or breaks certain part of your body. Your emotions and your body is very closely connected because your memories are recorded in your body. When an animal is killed, the animal is not going to be blessing all of us and the world when it is dying. Naturally, it is going to express so much of hatred, fear, anger, unfulfilled desire for life, a deep incompletion. When it is dying, it is going to release such powerful incompletion into its muscle memory, into its biomemory, into its body. Please understand, it carries a subtle but very powerful poisonous toxins, because every time you are affected, you are attacked by the emotions like fear, anger, anxiety, powerlessness, incompletion. You know the amount of adrenaline happens in your life, amount of the toxic chemicals spreads in your body. When you are raging with anger, you know what happens to your system. When you are agitated, you know what happens to your system. Please understand, the same thing exactly happens to the animal which is getting killed for various reasons. So the animal is not going to die in the space of completion, blessing all of us and the whole world. No. It is going to die, leaving so much of incompletion into its body. Please understand, when you eat that body, what are you eating? Poisonous, toxic chemicals, the flesh filled with so much of negative ideas, flesh filled with so much of negative memories, so much of incompletions. So the basic truth, when you eat food filled with so much of incomplete biomemory, incomplete bioenergy, the incomplete memories, what is going to happen to our muscle memory and biomemory, to our body? Please understand, your muscle memory or biomemory is going to be created only out of what you eat. The subtlest part of your food becomes your muscle memory. Subtlest part of your food becomes your biomemory. If the subtlest part of your food is associated with so much of fear, anxiety, unfulfilled desire for life, and incompletion, then what kind of biomemory, muscle memory it is going to create in your body, You have to decide. You can visualize. Sometimes people ask me, then how come people who eat non-vegetarian seems to be leading a so-called normal life? Who said? Who said they are eating normal life? Please understand. Look at the depression ratio. Look at the people suffering with the depression and the countries suffering with highest crime rates. You can directly connect the both to their diet. There are tons and tons of research papers available in the internet. You can study. Tons and tons of social surveys available in the net. You can study. You need to understand, see the non-vegetarian food-based society and vegetarian food-based society, see the crime rate and their depression. Then you will understand the question itself is wrong. Please understand, vegetarian, all the surveys prove vegetarians are happier than meat eaters, and all the surveys prove vegetarians are more non-violent in their thinking and feeling and in their actions than meat eaters. Study in Nutrition Journal finds vegetarians have lower incidence of depression, anxiety and other mood problems than their meat-eating neighbors. So you need to know, you become what you eat. In Sanskrit we have a beautiful verse by one of the great saint, a sage, Adi Shankara. Purifying your food purifies your memory. When your memory is purified, your consciousness is purified. When the consciousness is purified, all the blessings of life is showered on you. Please listen. You become what you eat. Based on what you eat, your body is created. Your biomemory is created. Your bioenergy is created. So if you add continuously food filled with incompletion, fear, depression, anxiety, then what are you going to experience constantly inside you? Only that. So when you see a non-veg food in your plate, be very clear. You are taking plate full of depression, plate full of fear, plate full of anxiety, plate full of chemicals and toxins released during the fear when the animal is being terrorized, and plate full of incompletions. Look with this understanding and then decide, should you eat this or not? Second line, I wanted to go to the next truth, next idea I wanted to present in front of all of you. The pure food. How the vegetarian food is going to help you to awaken your biomemory. People ask me, how can you say vegetarian food is good? How can you say the vegetarian food is right? I face hundreds of questions all over the world about this food. Because food and our emotions are very closely associated. That is why all over the world, in all cultures, whenever you want to show somebody, tell somebody you love them, you share food with them. Sharing food is a very important show of love among the human beings. I can say even among the animals. Even among the animals, they share food only when they feel the friendliness, when they wanted to show the friendliness. I'll talk about this purity of food and how it directly awakens your biomemory and bioenergy and ultimately the Kundalini Shakti, the inner potential energy. First thing you need to know, your body is naturally designed for vegetarian food. Your body is naturally designed for vegetarian food, and the inner mechanisms like your feeling, thinking, words, everything is designed to function with vegetarian food. It is like you have a generator which can handle only 220 volt current, or you have a UPS which can handle only 220 volt current, but you give 20,000 volt current, what will happen? It will get fused. Same way, if the system is designed by the nature for vegetarian food and you go on dumping non-vegetarian food into it due to ignorance, we have to face the result. Many people present the arguments, no, in the ancient times human beings were non-vegetarian. No, they were fruit eaters. They were vegetarians, leaf eaters, fruit eaters. Only when they started killing the animals to save themselves, to protect themselves, they started thinking, disposing them is a very difficult job. Eating them may be a better way of disposal. That is the way first human beings started making their stomach as graveyard for animals. Understand, originally we are not designed for meat eating. Basically our body is designed for vegetarianism. People ask me, how can you say that? I can give you hundreds of reasons. Look at the jaw movements. There is no vegetarian animal which has a side jaw movement. Please listen. Sorry, I wanted to correct the statement. All non-vegetarian animals will have only the vertical movement of the jaws, no side movements. All vegetarian animals only will have the side jaw movements. So human beings naturally have the side movements of the jaw, the horizontal movements of the jaws. It means we are designed for vegetarian food. Unfortunately, we have the freedom to do anything we want and we misused and abused the freedom. Vegetarian animals are better because they do not have the freedom. it's good in a way. Sometimes if you don't have a freedom to abuse your body, you can see all the animals, the vegetarian animals, they will have vertical and horizontal, both movements of the jaw. But all non-vegetarian animals will have only the vertical movement of the jaw. Sorry. All the non-vegetarian animals will have only the vertical movement. Vegetarian animals will have vertical and horizontal, both movements. And next point I wanted to present to all of you is the length of our intestine, the intestinal tract length. And our bowels, the way they are designed, it is for vegetarianism, because the length is more than 10 or 12 times of the body length. The alkaline saliva to predigest plant foods, the bowels with pockets for optimal nutrition absorption. All this, our teeth structure with flat molars, all are very clear indications nature has designed our body to be vegetarians. We are born to be vegetarians. I tell you, if the majority population of the country decides, of a society decides, of a humanity decides to live with vegetarian food, the agitation human beings experience, the depression human beings experience, the fear human beings experience will drastically drop, and that will really help the peace and joy, prosperity of humanity. Let me come back to the subject of awakening your bioenergy, Kundalini energy, through the proper diet, pure diet. The food, if it is consumed without fear, anxiety, depression, biomemories, like non-vegetarian food, please understand, the food without anxiety, fear, depression, biomemories, if they are consumed, the energy with which you think, the energy with which you utter words, the energy with which you act, energy with which you feel, everything will be aligned to the natural source of energy. It will be aligned to your nature, which is your inner potential energy. Unfortunately, the food with fear, depression, anxiety, biomemory, because of its popularity and availability, became a mainstream lifestyle. I can say this is one of the greatest calamity happened to humanity. The non-vegetarian lifestyle is one of the greatest calamity happened to humanity. Because when you eat the pure food, let me define purity. The food, in Sanskrit we have 3 words: jati dosha, nimitta dosha, asraya dosha. Means a food getting impure by its nature, by its muscle memory, and by the person's handling it. Please understand. First, by its nature. If it is obtained by stealing or killing or depriving somebody, it is impure food. Because if it is stolen food, even while you eat, you will have the anxiety to quickly grab it, finish it off, before it gets snatched away from your hands. By the nature, if it is stolen, robbed, after killing, it is impure. In the first level itself, I can say non-vegetarian food is impure because we steal the flesh of an animal. We steal it after killing it. So it is murder and robbing. Second, nimitta dosha. The way the food comes to you, when it comes to you, the non-vegetarian food comes with so much of anger, fear, depression, biomemories filled in it. So again, it can never be near anywhere to the pure food. Third, ashraya dosha, the people who handle it, touch it. Surely a non-vegetarian food is going to be touched by the people who kill the animal. The person who kills the animal is going to handle and make the food for you. Anything which is touched by a murderer is going to carry that energy, that aura, that biomemory in it. So he adds little more poison as his contribution. Then understand the impurity, the amount of impurity the non-vegetarian food carries. In turn, the vegetarian food, let us look at the vegetarian food, which is natural part of your whole bioenergy. And I tell you from my experience with myself and my millions of followers and disciples all over the world, your mood swings, the way you decide things in your life, the way you feel about you, the way you feel about the world, everything changes when your diet becomes vegetarian. Because with the vegetarian diet, the thinking becomes more subtle and settled. The agitation, aggression disappears. I've seen in my life, in my travels all over the world, meeting different cultures, civilization, people. From that I can see very clearly. And I can tell you from my experience, people who live as vegetarians, their bioenergy is very high. Their biomemory is very high. I can give you various deeper understandings about it. constantly the emotions you cherish becomes source of your bioenergy. Whatever is source of your bioenergy impacts your thinking. Please understand, it's like a vicious circle. It's like one feeds the other. If you are constantly agitated, having depression, that becomes your bioenergy. If depression and agitation becomes your bioenergy, naturally you tend to think towards more depression and more agitation. So what you think becomes your bioenergy. What is your bioenergy forms the basis for your thinking. With this understanding, you can decide on your own whether vegetarian food leads you to more agitation, depression, or non-vegetarian food leads you to more agitation and depression. You can test on your own body. I tell you, testing it on yourself will be the best way to realize the power of vegetarian food. Testing it on your own is the best way to realize the power of pure food in your life. Never ever eat anything which can feel the emotions in your frequency. Please understand, plants do not feel the suffering or pain or emotions in your level of frequency, because the degree of life in them is different, and your body is also naturally designed for eating vegetables, fruits, and the vegetarian diet. So you are going with your natural flow. I can tell you, just the right food, the pure food, which is pure by its nature, by right persons handling it, and right way it is brought to you. This pure food alone is enough to kindle, awaken the natural energy you are carrying, what I call Kundalini Shakti, or inner potential energy, or your bioenergy. In India, we have a unique tradition. All human beings who are seeking the higher life is expected to live vegetarian lifestyle, but specifically in particular months of a year, everyone is asked to be vegetarian. It is very surprising. Those few months exactly, the whole country crime rate goes lower than the level it is in other months. And when you take the vegetarian food, you also awaken your biomemory to be directly producing the food and energy from the space directly, just like plants and trees. See, plants and trees carries a quality or intelligence. They produce their energy directly from the sun and ether, from air. They directly produce life energy from the sun, air and earth and water. When you are regularly eating only vegetarian food consciously, your biomemory, your bioenergy also can awaken the same quality. Please understand, if you can take a little support from the conscious source like meditation or little yoga, you can see very clearly that possibility in your biomemory is awakened. I have seen in my own life hundreds of yogis, my followers, disciples, start living without even having regular eating habit. They eat once in a while. When I say once in a while, maybe once in a week. There are some who eat only once in a month. That also they take just little juice or little water. With that they are able to live. It is possible if you eat vegetarian food and awaken the same biomemory, awaken the same bioenergy which plants carry. And many of them through this lifestyle have overcome blood pressure, cholesterol, so many health benefits. See, ultimately, you cannot convince somebody about the benefits of swimming till he jumps into the water. Ultimately, I cannot convince you about the right effects of eating vegetarian food just by my words. You have to start eating and living. That will help you to understand. I will present just few of the surveys and scientific studies we have done. In my various researches and my journey of teaching people, educating people, we have a program helping people to go beyond the need for food, awakening their biomemory and bioenergy. We call it Nirahara Samyama in Sanskrit, living beyond food, breaking your food patterns, which is active visualization meditations, breathing process to awaken your consciousness. Through this method, which I have initiated thousands worldwide, we have proved scientifically that without food, in the beginning we request them to have vegetarian diet, then after that we reduce even that very systematically. In this research we have seen very stable weight loss, and in 90% of the people the cholesterol drastically reduces to the healthy level. Increase in vitamin B1 and B2 and B12 levels in 92% of the participants. Increase in vitamin D in 100% participants. 70% gain in hemoglobin level, 85% decrease in urea level. Please understand, whatever I am speaking is the data from the scientific study and the survey we have conducted. These medical miracles like recovery from serious life-threatening illnesses like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, chronic fatigue, low thyroid and depression. All this is recorded medically. When you start practicing this vegetarian lifestyle and moving to the next step, going even beyond food. Now I will not talk much about this going beyond food. I will stop myself, I will restrict myself to this vegetarian diet. With the vegetarian diet, not only you don't get the wrong biomemories like a fear, depression, anxiety, which you get from meat eating. You get the right biomemories through vegetarian diet. The right biomemories you get from the vegetarian diet is the ability to produce energy directly from the space and air, just through the water. I really sincerely request all of you to experiment with this vegetarian lifestyle. Starting today, just for a few months, try for next 3 months, eat only vegetarian food and see the difference in the way you will feel with your life, the way you feel about you, the way you think about you, the way the words come out of you and the words you utter towards you. Everything will change drastically. The difference in your physical health, in your mental health, your relationships, and even in your wealth and career. You need to know. You need to understand. The life surely becomes much, much better, especially the way you feel about you becomes totally different with vegetarian lifestyle. I also wanted to explain these few words for your deeper understanding. Muscle memory means your day-to-day routine patterns, like morning you wake up, you take bath, you eat. Second, biomemory means your pattern of thinking and feeling, your mood swings, how you respond when you face a conflict in the life, how you react for a contradiction, how you react for a difficult situations. That is your biomemory. I tell you, if you understand this truth, you become what you eat. What you eat becomes you. You can see very clearly how the non-vegetarian food, the meat, comes with so much of depression, anxiety, anger, mood swing, which is going to become simply part of your biomemory and muscle memory. How the vegetarian food comes to you with higher intelligences like producing energy directly from ether, air and space, and going to become part of you. You can see experientially by living it. People ask me sometimes many questions. Swamiji, if we eat meat, are we passing the biomemories of pain and fear to our future children also? Yes. You are passing it to your whole generation, because the meat continuously eating, it is going to become part of your biomemory, the anxiety, fear, suffering, torture, which the animal experienced while it was killed, will become part of your biomemory, will become part of you, and that biomemory, that bioenergy, which will become part of you, will naturally be transferred. The pain and the fear and the anxiety and insecurity, the subtle grooves which develops in your brain through the vegetarian food, will give you really the power to think without getting tired, power to feel without getting tired, the power to utter right words at right time in right space. So, the essence of this 1 hour presentation in front of all of you is vegetarian food by its nature, the way it comes to you, the way you consume it, awakens your bioenergy, biointelligence, biomemory, and keeps your muscle memory pure, keeps you more healthy, more alive, more inspired, more intelligent, more excited, more living.
Nithyanandeshwara Sadashivasamarambam Nithyanandeshwari Adishakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I'll continue to expand on Adinam Chalo series on Shaktipada. State of Sadashiva, completely unclutched, freedom even from the idea of freedom. Listen, freedom even from the idea of freedom is beyond all the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. That does not mean he has killed, destroyed sattva, rajas, tamas. Sattva, rajas, tamas exists in the cosmos. Means, even if it exists, he knows it cannot bind him. Freedom is freedom when you are really free from dumbness. Understand? Freedom is freedom when you are really free from dumbness. When you know, even if it exists, it cannot touch me. Freedom from fear of snake means not that you will kill all the snakes on the planet Earth. No. You know the simple fact, they do not harm you unless you try to harm them. They do not enter into your space unless you try to enter into their space. Either you try to enter into their space or you try to keep them as a pet. Naturally, they need to assert their freedom. In the name of pet, what all you do to that animal, just see. Just imagine some aliens catch you and keep you as a pet, doing everything you do to your pet. Nice bath, nice food. They provide everything you provide for your dog. And they also do everything you do for your dog. Will you be happy? Then decide whether to have pet or not. Many people come and ask me, can I have a pet? Can I have a pet? You see, if you don't ask me and have it, I am not going to interfere. If you ask me, understand this. Somebody catches you, keeps you as a pet. They do everything you do for your pet. Is it okay? If it is okay, then keep it. That's all. Actually, we should use the word, not pet lovers, pet possessors. Don't use the word pet lovers. No. No. Human beings are so cunning. They do all the crime and put a beautiful tag and words for it. Not pet lovers, pet possessors. At least be very clear what we are. All we need to do, understanding the concept of freedom. Before entering into elaborate on Sadashiva's state of freedom, let me congratulate and bless United States of America. Today is Independence Day, July 4th. July 4th for us here, and maybe tomorrow for them, July 4th. My blessings on this Independence Day. Let God bless America. And let Sadashiva bless America. And 3 days before Canada turned 150, my blessings to Canada. Let Sadashiva bless Canada. Today is another an important day. In 2003, on this very day, I started the first batch of sannyas training. So I should say the Nithyananda Sannyas Sampradaya started today. It's on July 4th. We had the first Ananda Yogam batch, the sannyas training. In those days, the Ananda Yogam used to be the sannyas training. I directly started with the name Sannyas Sampradaya Training Program in 2003. In 2003, on this day, we started the sannyas training. It's all only 2003 means 14 years. Wow. Today, we are one of the most important quality maintaining sannyas sampradaya of Hinduism. Surely I am not claiming quantity, but with all the right, I have a right to claim quality. The absolute standards, understand? Absolute standards. My existing sannyasis maintain. I can challenge any monastic order in the world. Forget about the guys who left. I'm not talking about them. But the fellows who are still standing, you see, it's like a going against the whole current. It's not a joke. But my existing sannyasis, the standard they maintain, I can put them on any stage, any acid test. With all the pride and right, I can claim quality. Of course, always in the initial level, that importance need to be given for quality, so that model is set, trend is set. So I did not bother about quantity. Even now I am not at all bothered about quantity. It is all about quality. If there is a conflict, the first word I utter is get lost. Not that let us plan, work it out, no. Making it up, work it out, all these are words used in marriage, not in sannyas. Let's make it happen. Let's work it out. All these are words used in marriage, not in sannyas. In sannyas, if there is a conflict, get lost. That is a word, nothing else. And I can say, uncompromisingly, not falling for the greed of the quantity, not falling for the greed of the number, keeping my integrity to Kalabhairava and Sadashiva. With all my intelligence and knowledge and powers he has given, I maintained absolute highest quality. Many times sacrificing the interests of the Sangha or the personal comforts. Absolutely I kept the flag of sannyas flying high. One thing I can be sure, if you are still part of the Nithyananda Sannyas Sampradaya, you can be really proud you are part of the best sannyas sampradaya. Because for sannyasis, the quality of sannyas was the first priority, and I did not compromise on it anywhere. I did not compromise on it anywhere. It is absolute. There is no second level or exemptions. No. In sannyas, I kept the highest standard. One thing I can say, in these 14 years, I have done the work of creating best quality sannyasis. People know otherwise. This is the standard Swamiji has set. If we are able, in or out, but no question of bending the order or lowering the flag. No. Flag flies high. No compromise on tattvas and satyas. Understand the vows of sannyas we take in the banks of Vaidya Sarovar is not just keeping all the Sangha world as humanity as witness, keeping all the gods and goddesses as witness. See the Vaidya Sarovar. All the gods, goddesses are sitting there. All of them are witness. So on those vows, no compromise. The quality, uncompromising quality. Kailasa is always covered by the fog of Maya, so that people who are not qualified don't see. The fog I have created around me, this Kailasa is, Adinavasi, life is difficult. Only people who are intense enough, strong enough seekers see the Kailasa through the fog. I tell you, by the natural space of Sadashiva, he cannot be difficult. I tell you. He cannot be complicated. He cannot be complex. He is Bholenatha. He is just simple flow. I tell you, life itself is a simple flow. When you make life as complicated, you make everything complicated, then the fellows who say, Adinavasi, life is difficult, casually talk to them. What about life in the home? Difficult. Office? Difficult. When you go for holidays, difficult. For them even vacation is difficult. Defying everything. Cult of defying everything is difficult. People who belong to the cult of defying everything is difficult. They will defy everything. This no, this no, this no, this no. Defy everything and form a cult. That is difficult. Fellows who belong to the cult of defying everything, they cannot experience oneness even with themselves. One of the worst thing I saw in the modern day, the chemicals, fertilizers, the remains of the fertilizers in your food, pesticides in your food, gets into the brain groove. Even teenage kids start developing this groove of, I don't want anything, life is too much, and I just don't want to live. These words, these ideas become cognition of even teenage kids because of these remains of pesticides and fertilizers in the food. Understand? Pesticides and fertilizers remains, those toxic chemicals in the food. Don't think they kill you slowly by bringing diseases and cancers. Very recently, a few kids who come for the programs, and I was seeing the thought current of suicidal withdrawal tendency from them. I just put my hand on their head, wanted to see what is the brain structure, the software structure, and where is the problem? What is the source of the problem? Understand? All thought currents exist in the cosmos. For life, celebrating life, against life, life neutral, life negative, suicidal, withdrawal, passionate, aggressive, passive, all types of thought currents exist. Whatever type of the body, mind and system you have, those thought currents become cognition in you. The moment they touch you, you touch them, something clicks. You fall in love. That becomes your cognition. One of the shocking truth I found is the kids fed with the toxic food, animal based, or this chemical based. Please understand, pesticide and fertilizers, this chemical based food is equivalent to animal based food. Both harm your possibility for enlightenment equally. Equally. Even I am shocked when I discovered this. This chemical based food leaves so much of toxins in the system. Kids start cognizing life negative thoughts as their personal experience. Understand? It's like all channels are on the air. Your set-top box, whatever channel you are tuned, you will start seeing that. All TV channels, informations are in the air. When you tune, you receive that. Same way, how you tune your body and mind, you receive those thought currents and ideas as your personal cognition. Please understand, violence-based food means killing the animals, animal-based food, and life negative, chemical-based food, toxic, both harm the system equally. See, organic vegetarian food is not joke. It is not even just for health. Understand? It gives you an inner space, physical system and physiological flow to develop highest psychology. Understand? to develop highest psychology, not only your physical system, even your physiological flow need to cooperate. Various components of you need to be integrated to experience state of Sadashiva. Few days before I was telling, I can lift even if you are 500 kg weight just by a look, by awakening your Kundalini. But I cannot lift even 5 grams of toxins if they are sitting in your body. Even 5-gram toxins, because they are dead weight. They are dead weight. Understand? One of the worst thing I found in those teenage kids and their system is not only they are withdrawing from life, they are enjoying it. When I ask them, shall I remove this difficulty and get you out? No, Swamiji, for some time let me be here. I enjoy this space. It is shocking that they start enjoying being in the space of life negativity, because it becomes almost like addiction. If you are here enjoying organic vegetarian food, understand you are blessed few thousand in these billions. However rich a person may be, due to personal ignorance or the availability, I tell you, many of the so-called developed countries are food deserts. Understand the word I am using. DESERT. Food deserts. There is nothing to eat is available. Whatever is available is not worthy of eating. They may be worthy of filling your body, not eating. And dangerous filling. Filling only to be part of the marketing mechanism of few people. You fill, dump this food in your system, and then become sick and pay for this guy and buy these medicines. You become part of the rut. Understand? Even richest people do not have, neither have knowledge or have access to sattvic vegetarian food so consistently as you have access in Adinam. I am giving you fundamental reasons. I am not even talking about power manifestation, all those higher level things. Fundamental reasons for Adinam Chalo. Understand, unfortunately, even the people with money are not paying attention to this detail because they are not understanding the importance of this detail. And even if they understand, in the working hierarchy chain, the integrity is getting lost. Most of the hierarchy titles are only ego possessing titles, not contributing titles. this Guru Purnima, you may expect one of the best decisions, moves in the Sangha. Sangha is going to become hierarchy-less. And you may be wondering how. Wait for the announcement. Now, most of the hierarchies are only ego possession, not integrity maintaining. Unfortunately, even if some organizations, some heads, decision makers understand the importance of the sattvic organic food, the chain of the hierarchy does not understand the importance, and integrity is not kept up. In our Sangha, I can say, we are successful at large. I don't want to say 100%, but surely it took 1 year for us, but we have successfully transitioned at large. We are purely organic and sattvic. And all the recipes, the way it is cooked or uncooked, all the preparation methodologies are directly from Sadashiva, adopted directly from Sadashiva. What you eat contributes to what you think. What you think contributes to what you cognize. What you cognize contributes to who you are. So, what you eat directly affects who you are. And that is why I am making the statement, you become what you eat. What is in your plate matters because that is going to become you. What is in your plate matters because that is going to be you. What is in your toilet flush does not matter because it is out of you. What is in your plate matters because it is going to become you. Understand? But all of you treat almost both one and the same. This doesn't matter and that doesn't matter. No. That may not matter. This matters. What is out of you may not matter. What is going to go into you matters. For the state of Sadashiva, what is going to go inside matters. I tell you, if you are here as Adinavasi, having this organic, vegetarian, sattvic, Sadashiva diet, food, you are blessed. And if you are here in a young age enjoying this, you are most blessed. Because what you take in matters. It matters. Modern day kids all the time say, oh, pizza, burger, cool. Yes, they make your body completely cool. Dead. Your body will become completely cool when you are dead. They are cool, no doubt. They just make you cool. Dead. Fire in the stomach is gone. Dead. Understand? It is also our responsibility to tell the world the importance of organic, vegetarian, sattvic, Sadashiva food. It's really our responsibility. Human beings fortunately have reached a level of breakthrough, a level of intelligence where 7 billion of us are able to feed all of us. Now it is time we take the humanity to the next level. Yes, we are able to feed. Next question is, what are we feeding? Yes, we are successful in keeping the hunger away. Let us look into how we are keeping the hunger away. It is time we enter into the game of quality. What are we eating to keep the hunger away? To keep the hunger away, are we inviting anger, fear, violence, all the other things and filling the hunger? Understand? Sometimes to keep the hunger away, things you feed puts you literally in danger. What you eat matters to hold the space of Sadashiva. The space of Sadashivatva. Understand? I'll expand on manifesting powers later. I wanted to expand on this space of Sadashiva. Billions of dollars, coffee industry makes you believe your body naturally is not capable of bringing and generating the energy, enthusiasm you need to run your life. Billions of dollars alcohol industry makes you believe you are not independently capable of handling the ups and downs of your life without the support of the alcohol. Billions of dollars of drug, so-called legal drug industry makes you believe you can't run your life on your own without these pills. Billions of dollars, I should say even trillions of dollars of illegal drugs industry makes you believe you can't be excited, enthusiastic about life without the support of their powders or liquids. Powers, manifesting powers, replaces the need for coffee. Exploring the states of consciousness replaces all the legal drugs. Exploring the dimensions of the universe replaces all the illegal drugs. understand your brain is constructed for all these higher things. When you don't explore the higher things, you are bound to feed the lower things and keep your brain engaged for survival. If you don't explore the higher dimensions of consciousness, you will force yourself into the drugs and try to explore the hallucination, imaginary, illusory dimensions of the universe. Your brain is constructed for multiple possibilities and you can't keep quiet without using them. Either go to Kailas or whatever money in the Kailas with the illegal drugs. Understand? Either go to Kailash or use the illegal drugs and Kailas. Exploring is your basic instinct. Better explore the universe, reality, not delusion. Building is your innate survival instinct. Build beautiful castles in reality, not in the air or in the sea beach. Or in the beach sand. Building is your natural, innate intelligence. Better build it in reality. Build the castles in reality, not in the air or in the beach sand. If you are building in beach sand, you are kid. If you are building it in the air, you are teenager. If you are building it real, you are man. Find out where you are. Beach sand or in the air. See where you are. Adinavasi means a person who decides to align what he eats, how he sleeps, when he wakes up, when he goes to bed, everything to Sadashivatva. Aligning everything to Sadashivatva. Understand? If I just compromise on the quality, even just one thing, morning panchakriya, morning spiritual routine. If I compromise on that one integrity, I will have 10,000 people here in no time. But I am not interested in collecting 10,000 donkeys or dogs. Sorry, donkeys and dogs. I do not want to disrespect you. I am interested in collecting superhuman beings. Hey, when you want something extraordinary, you have to do something extraordinary. So I am collecting people who are ready to put superhuman efforts so I can make them superhuman beings. And I want to assure you guys forever, I will not compromise on integrity. It's a guarantee I give you. Even when there was only one person, all alone when I was living here, even at that time I did not compromise. Even when one or two people came to live here, I did not compromise. Even the whole world comes to live with me here, I will not compromise. Because I am interested in keeping the quality of this place. Understand? It's very straight. For example, you go to Tirupati. You know you will have darshan of Venkateshwara. You can't say, oh, I went there, I did not see Jesus. Oh, I went there, I did not see this person, that God, that God. No, you know, if you like Venkateshwara, you go there, have darshan. If you don't go there. That's all. How? The integrity of Tirupati is Venkateshwara. Clear? Same way, integrity of this place is integrity. If you like, come here. If you don't come here. But this is our brand. That's all. This is our brand. If you like, come here. If you don't come here. Over. But this place will be integrated to integrity. That's all. Anybody wants to experience Sadashivatva can come here to taste Sadashivatva. If you are interested, stay back. If not, bye. That's it. There ends. But no question of compromising. No question of compromising on the integrity, on the strength of integrity which makes us manifest Sadashivatva. Yes, there are blind spots. It's not that we have achieved absolute, but we will work on clearing the blind spots. There are blind spots does not mean we will give up and allow other blind spots also. No. Even if there are million blind spots, we will work every day to break and grow only in the direction of integrity. Only in the direction of absolute integrity. We will not say, oh, here we have compromise, it is blind spot, why not there also leave it? No. 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 We will only be cleaning every day blind spots towards absolute integrity. Adinavasi means integrity. Adinavasi means life of integrity. Understand? Principles, tattvas, the unit of existence cannot be compromised. Unit is basic, constituting component. Tattva means constituting components of existence. So integrity is the constituting component of our Sangha. We can't compromise on it. That is absolute, that will be absolute. That is absolute and that will be absolute. We will go on be purifying ourselves, but not compromise. With this I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam Sada Shivoham the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful. Nithyanandeshwara Sadashiva Samaramba Nithyanandeshwari Adishakti Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome everyone sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV and Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Nitya Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Kotaris, Tanidas, everyone sitting with us all over the world through Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Nithyananda TV, two-way video conferencing. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Yes. With Mahadeva's grace, let's enter into the today's satsang. I'll answer some of your questions regarding Mahasadashivoham. Let's start.
The first question is, what kind of food will we be having during Mahasadashivoham?
Understand the principle of Aushadha. Let me explain. Your food creates certain thought currents in your system. Your food does big job on your mind. You can see. That is why before cup of coffee, how you feel, after cup of coffee, how you feel. See. A caffeine, cup of coffee changes the very quality of your awareness. And what do you want to do after a few minutes? Same way, when the hormones go up, how they show everything bright. When they go down, chemicals. When they go up and down, how they change the very thought current you are entertaining. It's almost like too many people are living inside your body. Listen. Food, whatever you take in, creates certain thought currents. So we can specifically plan the food and send all the best things and thought currents into your system. Understand? The thought currents which is very helpful, supportive for you to manifest your Mahasadashivatva is infused into you through certain food. That is what is actually Aushadha. You may think, oh, I am applying Aushadha only on the body. Don't think. something applied on the body goes waste. No. Sometimes things applied on the body are more powerfully working on your system than what is taken orally. Because your skin absorbs, takes it to the core of your being. Your stomach can just push it out without taking it to the core of your being, some things. But your skin, anything it takes to the core of your being. Our ancient masters, Siddhas, they know the signs when they wanted to insert certain thought currents in you, which supports your Mahasadashivatva manifestation. They use specific herbs processed with the specific thought current, an enlightenment energy, and either through applying on the skin, various parts of body, or taking in, the whole transformation process, the spiritual alchemy is done. So understand, this time the whole Mahasadashivoham is about Aushada, and the first level of the Amritatva Aushada is ready. You are going to have it. First level is ready. You are going to have it. This whole Mahasadashivoham, the unique component is Aushada. Understand? Every meal, snack, coffee, tea you are going to have in this Mahasadashivoham is going to be with Aushada. Whole thing is going to be with Aushada. Understand? I am taking the support from Ayurvedic doctors. Listen carefully. I am also taking the support and help of Ayurvedic physicians, field, the masters in the field. Of course, I am adding the spiritual component, spiritual energy, but I am taking the support to collect the herbs and organize the whole thing. We are on the spree of collecting the right herbs, medicines, siddha, plants, leaves, everything is completely vegetarian and herbal. Natural, organically grown. We are on the spree of collecting everything and organizing. The work is going on in full speed. I'll give you the introduction of this whole glimpse of Amritatva Aushada on December 3rd with a special one-day program. It's free for all. There is going to be a day program December 3rd, which is going to be Introduction to Amritatva Aushada. I am also getting some of the top Ayurvedic physicians of India to come and explain to you all how the Ayurvedic diet we are going to use in this Mahasadashivoham is going to be helping you to restore the health at all levels. Then I will explain the Aushada component of this whole Mahasadashivoham. Almost 40 different aushadas are going to be used during the process, and around 60 different aushadas are going to be used in your food. Totally, roughly, you may have 108 aushadas. 108 aushadas, and because I am opening up this whole science, whole ashram I am going to develop aushada garden. See, for example, the rice grown only in the Kaveri's sedimental plains has certain quality. Same way the wheat grown in Ganga's sedimental, where the sediments, the sand which she brings from Himalayas comes and settles, in that plains the wheat grows as a unique quality. When you make aushada, those specific herbs, grains, materials needed to be brought. So I am making garden with those specific sand itself. So the very quality will be maintained, and it can hold the energy and get programmed properly and transmit that enlightenment experience to you and make you manifest Mahasadashivatva. Micromanagement, attention to the details is Nithyananda brand. Whether it is ritual or spiritual. I do not know how many of you observed or understood. So as long as you are functioning in this relative existence, you have to live as per Agama. Whatever the procedure he created, meticulously it should be followed. Integrity to the procedure, to the details. God is in detail. This is the guarantee I am giving you. We will neither perish nor compromise. We will live and we will revive. There are some people who compromise for living. There are some people who neither live nor revive. We will neither compromise nor die. We will live and revive the Vedic tradition. The meticulous details. Hey, Mahadeva is not a fool to utter extra words. If he has used words to give a detailed instruction, he means it. You are nobody to compromise. You are nobody to take the essence of it. No. No Sara, but Uttama. I ban these words Vedanta and Agamanta in our Sangha everywhere. You can't use these words anywhere. You can use only the words like Veda Uttama, Agama Uttama. We don't believe in Sara, Anta, Sara, no. Don't even talk Vedanta Sara, Agamanta Sara, Veda Sara, Agama Sara, no. Vedottama, Agamottama. It's the best of the best of the best for which we are giving our life. Anything else is not worth of giving our life. Anything else is not worthy of giving our life. It's not Vedanta. It is Vedottama. We are the Sangha dedicated to Veda Uttama, Agama Uttama. Not Vedanta Sara or Agamanta Sara. The idea of essence and Anta itself is a mind which is tired and bored. It says, hey, too many things you are telling, it's okay, leave it. Just tell me the essence. No. The very idea, Vedanta Sara, Agamanta Sara, essence of Veda, essence of Agama, is from tired mind, frustrated mind, bored mind. No. We are fresh, young, eternally young. As Krishna declares, my devotees don't perish. Name bhakta pranashyati. He declares, I declare, my devotees don't get old. My devotees don't get aged. So, Vedottama, Agamottama Sampradaya. I am Vedottama, Agamottama Sampradaya. So understand, every meal you are going to have, every snack you are going to have, every cup of coffee you are going to have, is with properly prepared, processed aushada, energy, alchemy process, meditative, herbal medicines. Just for the food, this time you can attend Mahasada Shivoham. Nothing else. Just eat and sleep in the hall. I'll make you manifest powers. You come, eat and have the snack, all the meal properly. Sit in the hall and even use your Facebook. I don't have a problem. I'll make you manifest powers. Earlier I used to tell you don't have to meditate but sit in the mandala. Now I don't even ask you that you need to be sitting in the mandala. You just lie down and be with your Facebook. That's okay. I'll make you manifest powers. Because this time I brought everything into the aushada and your food itself. It is just the processed spiritually. Because it is processed spiritually properly, it becomes alchemy product. Listen carefully. Almost, I can say, roughly 108 aushadas you are going to be using. 40 in the processes, another 60 in the food. There are few aushada you will neither be eating, orally taking in, nor be applying on the skin. You will be made to inhale, means in the, like a campfire, it will be added. So just by inhaling that smell, you will experience. So this December 3rd program will introduce you to Amritatva Aushada. Fundamentally, the preliminary level Aushada is all about anti-aging, becoming young again. I know it is very difficult for you to... Anyhow, whatever I speak is always too good to be true, and then after I establish only it is... After I establish only you will even be able to grasp it. I am telling you. With this Amritatva Aushada, your system, whole internal organs and intra-organs will be ready to receive any initiation. You will manifest it in one initiation. That preparation is what is going to happen with this Amritatva Aushada, because all the impact of the time on your internal organ and intra-organ is going to be cleared. See, patterns, root pattern, incompletion, all nothing but impact of the time passed on your internal organ and intra-organ. Internal organ carries the impact from the birth. Intra-organ carries from the imprints of from the life. Listen. Your intestine, kidney, heart, liver, all these carries the incompletions, patterns you went through from the birth of your body, from the happening of your body. From the time your body has happened, whatever it went through, it is carrying your intra-organs. Vak, Anahata, Anandagandha, Mooladhara, or third eye, Anya, Sahasrara. Intra-organs carry the impressions, samskaras, patterns, completion, incompletion, powers, powerlessness, everything from the time life has happened. Understand? From the time you happened, the intra-organs are carrying. From the time your body happened, internal organs are carrying. Clearing the impact of the time on your intra-organ and internal organ is the work of the Amritatva Aushada. That is why I am saying I am the guru of the elite. Even this introduction, only an elite person can understand. The so-called common man. He is busy with Bollywood, what can I do? But Bollywood is busy with me, what can I do? With whoever you are busy with, O common men, with whoever you are busy with, they are all busy with me. You don't know. That is the worst thing done to you. All those fellows who distract you from me, they are busy with me. They keep you away from me so that they can have time with me. whether media house owners or celebrities, fundamentally media abuses me. Fundamentally, the impact of the past on your internal organs and intra-organs will be cleared through this aushadha. Name bhaktanam jara bhavati. My devotees don't age. I'll establish this more with the science, medical trials and everything. Then you will understand. Then you will understand. Why should the program happen in Bengaluru? Adinam, understand. Too much of Aushadha preparation and management, organizing is going on. Everything we can do only in our campus where things can be grown, processed, managed, whole infrastructure is available. That is why Bengaluru Adinam. We already received the Rajita Murti, which is going to be filled with energy, Aushadha. Actually, I am making this Murti in such a way, any new initiations I am going to be giving after the Mahasada Shivaham 2018, you will be receiving it just through this deity. It's like how through TV, television you see me, like this through this deity, live initiation transmitter. This deity will act as a live initiation transmitter. I think what I am saying has become already too good to be true, so you cannot grasp. You just have to digest. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. So you can neither deny me as lie and nor completely understand. It's all true. It's like you have taken too much bite and trying to chew. Almost like next 2000 years humanity is going to be only chewing about me. It will take at least 2000 years for the humanity to completely chew and digest me. You will see what I brought to the world, what I am sharing with you all. At least next 2000 years, there will be no need for a next incarnation to happen. I brought and shared so much stuff with you all from the Kailasa. You may not need next incarnation for at least 2000 more years. I brought enough stuff. You just need to chew, understand, internalize. Too many things are getting ready, getting prepared. So let's enter into today's initiation. By the time the Murtis, the Murti which is going to be Rajita Murti, which is going to be given to you, which is going to be the live initiation transmitter. Will be here. Then I'll show them to you. Let's start the initiation. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Om Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham. Om Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham. Kundalini, wake up in everyone and express the power of reading the mind, your own and others' minds, and the power of length, breadth, depth, and Anandagandha healing and ability to scan the body all at once intensely. Shiva. Om Nithyananda Mahasada Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Mahasada Shivoham. So here I have the Rajita Murti made out of pure silver, which is going to be filled with various spiritual alchemy products like Aushadha, Jnananjana, and mandalas, yantras. This will literally act as a living Mahasada and it will literally be radiating the living Mahasada energy. You can see the close-up. It will act as a live initiation transmitter. After the Mahasadashivoham, I will continue to be giving many more initiations. All that you can literally receive from this deity. So it's almost like having physical presence of the Master incarnation. You can see all the sites, and it is done very, actually scientifically it is done. The measurements, everything was taken very scientifically, and they have done it wonderful job. They have done a wonderful job. Yes. Welcome to Mahasadashivoham to receive your own Atmamurti. Yes. So with this, we will start now the power manifestation and the casting. Nithyanandeshwara Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all the participants of International Vegetarian Union, Asian Vegetarian Union, and Malaysian Vegetarian Society gathered in Putra World Trade Center, Kuala Lumpur. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. And I welcome
all the important personalities gathered in the conference, Chairman of the International Vegetarian Union, Marley Winkler, President of Asian Vegetarian Union, Professor Boli, Chairman of Malaysian Vegetarian Society, Dr. P. Vaidyalingam, Secretary of Malaysian Vegetarian Society, Mr. Krishna, Treasurer of Malaysian Vegetarian Society, Mr. Rajkumar, Master Limbun Tiom from Federation of Ikuan Tao Association Malaysia, Datto Vaidyalingam,
शिवस्कंद प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदक्कालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण हृदुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्ट मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिते पुत्र शङ्कर शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते हृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दकन्त ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमम् कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरम् भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्टा मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अतिदे पुत्र शङ्कः शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते भक्तहृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदक्कालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्ट मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अतिदे पुत्र शङ्कः शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वोदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्टा मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिदे पुत्र शङ्कः शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते हृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्ट मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिदे पुत्र शङ्कः शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते नित्यहृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमम् कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्ट मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिते पुत्र शङ्कः शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते भक्तहृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्टा मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिते पुत्र शङ्कः शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते भक्तहृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमम् कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगशोषागभस्तिमान् सुवर्ण सखशोभानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकर
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हरिदश्व सहस्रार्चि सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मत्तन् शम्भुत्विष्ट मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
हिरण्यगर्भ शिशिरः स्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिदे पुत्र शङ्कः शिशिरनाशनः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते नित्यहृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमम् कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्य